Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the best Sparky deck in Clash Royale. This is the only Sparky deck that professional players are playing. And last season, a pro played it at 8,236 trophies, beating the best players in the world and even destroying Logbait. Usually, Logbait will just rocket on your Sparky and then use their Inferno Tower to melt your Giant. Meanwhile, chipping down your towers with Goblin Barrels where your Zap does nothing. But this deck finally has the answer to beat bait. With double small spells of Barbarian Barrel and Snowball, you're able to completely counter Goblin Barrel. And with the splash damage of the Hunter and the Dark Prince, you're going to be safe against all their Swarm cards. You'll defend with ease as you bring your opponents to their knees, going in for Goblin Giants and lightning on top of their Inferno Tower so you get directly on tower. Let's go jump straight to some games with the only Sparky deck that can be played in a meta where Logbait is everywhere and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Alright, so jumping into this one, I want to go for a Dark Prince in the back because I want to be playing aggressive with this thing. Get him to spam into my Hunter, maybe my Sparky if I have that in my card cycle, and generate those positive elixir trades that propel us to win the game. Unfortunately, he is going to go for a Giant Skeleton. That's going to stop my pushes in their tracks almost every single time. So we'll see what we can do here. If I Mega Minion, that's not going to be enough. That will definitely lock onto my tower, so I'm going to be planning on dropping a Goblin Giant, so the Goblin Giant is going to walk away from the bomb after it's gone. So that bomb is going to get left in the dust, and that is a must for us. If that doesn't happen, we're not able to build up big pushes. He went in for Skeleton to distract. You guys already know, lightning on Archer Queen all day, baby. That tower is going to take a ton of damage from the Goblin Giant. So now we're up 500 damage. Playing against a Hog Rider deck with Archer Queen is something that I'm pretty familiar with. Like, there's been a lot of those in the meta. They kind of just substituted out the cannon for Inferno Tower, or in this case, a Bomb Tower, which works a lot better into bait decks in the meta, so that does make sense. Guy went in for a Fire Spirit, so he's not going to have Hog Rider for another, like, 2 cards. So I wonder what he's going to do. Does he go Giant Skeleton in the back and we go for a Sparky on the same side? Or do we bait him to go in for the Giant Skeleton with our Dark Prince? Hey, let's go. So now he has to respond to that. That's going to be very annoying for him. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to go for a Sparky. I'm also going to be able to afford the Goblin Giant too, hopefully. Wait, I'm pretty sure it dies. Like, I'm pretty confident that it dies. Oh, no! Well, it will now, eventually. It just took my entire bank account. No one was watching that, right? No instant replays there. I didn't dedicate 5 elixir to kill an Archer Queen at 1 HP or anything like that. All right, we're chilling. We're vibing. If the guy decides to go for a Hog Rider, we can shut it down with the Sparky, and then we can build up a big push. This is one of those matchups that is going to take a bit of time for me to be able to get a lot of damage. Or if he goes in for a Hog Rider right into the Sparky, we timed it perfectly, that would be incredible. Didn't happen. So we got to go for a Hunter that is able to fully counter the Hog Rider if we go for a Snowball, but I don't really care because it's going to be even damage on the left-hand side, and I'd much rather have him go in the same side as me. It's going to work out a lot better for me in the long run. He's definitely going to go and click the ability, so... Never mind! He wanted to vanish really, really fast. He didn't want the Archer Queen on the map any longer. That's fun. I think we can lightning on the Bomb Tower, and then the Goblin Giant goes directly towards the tower, and then somehow the Sparky finds his way through too. There's just way too much for our opponent to do. Because we're doing split lane aggression when he goes in for the Hog Rider and we punish him, that's one of the best ways of playing this deck, because it tests your opponent's mechanics. And hilariously enough, if the guy decided to go in for the invisibility, the Spear Goblins would have locked onto the tower, and then he would have alternatively lost the game there too. But a Snowball that backs, then he wastes the invisibility, and then we can get a Dark Prince down, and I think he's going to lose the Archer Queen again. That's so fun to do. I think snowballing is better than dropping the Dark Prince in originality, because it's not necessarily a play that they would expect. They would expect me to drop something that they would be able to tank for. Also, I can lightning and then just snowball twice and win, but where's the fun in that? I want to break through with my Sparky and my Goblin Giant. So I'm going to lightning here with the Goblin Giant push. We're going to put him out of his misery. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. It was a pleasure taking your trophies, and I love beating Archer Queens with lightning. Totally thought this guy was going to be like Saturn or something, but, you know, I just can't read, so it is what it is. I'm going to go for a Dark Prince in the back, and we'll see if this guy decides to attack, because we end up having Sparky. I am welcoming any offense. Well, maybe not that one. This is going to be a little bit spooky and scary, because our opponent is going to have Battle Healer. I guess if he has Electro Dragon, we have a Mega Minion, and we also have Lightning. So that's also another reason why you would be wanting to run this version of Sparky. Typically, if they go in for Electro Dragon and they lock onto your Sparky, you're screwed. But for once in our lives, we have answers. Mega Man is able to devour the Electro Dragon quite quickly and nicely, and then Lightning will whip that off of the face of the map real fast. Yo, let's go! I'm stoked for this. I think it's so high up that I need to just hit the bar button instead. I was hoping I would be able to kill the one Barbarian too. Didn't really work out, but it'd be how it'd be. If I go for a Giant Snowball and knock back the I think if we knock that back, it's a good trade because we're going to get more damage with the Goblin Giant, and then we can Mega Minion early so we're able to finish off the Battle Healer before the Baby Dragon becomes a problem. Okay. Okay. The Sparky came with some partying gift. I gotta be honest with you guys, that was incredibly lucky and made this defense so much cleaner. Because I would have had to go for a Hunter there, and I don't think I have to anymore. That's awesome. Let's go, guys. Dark Prince barreling through with a Goblin Giant. He's just going to Fireball the King Tower. Doesn't want to play. I love making Elixir Golem Barb Hut players rage quit. And I think it's only possible because we have Lightning in this deck. The triple small spells against Logbait make those people rage quit. And then obviously the Lightning Mega Minion puts a mad work against every Electro Dragon player too. So all those annoying Golem and Elixir Golem decks are going to get completely crushed. All right, so jumping into the action, we're hoping our opponent adventurously bridge spams into our Hunter or Dark Prince. We want to use our splash damage to get a commanding lead. Not going to happen, so I'm going to go for Dark Prince in the back. Ooh, okay. Give me that zap. So that's a 2 elixir off Dark Prince. That zap did nothing for us. And, I mean, he's just going to be down 2 elixir. Oh, my gosh. If I Lightning, this is so aggressive. I want to do it just because I think he's not going to be ready for it. And if he Electro Wizards, then he's going to lose that to the Dark Prince, and we're in a great spot. I love the fact that I predicted him to end up having Pekka, and because he dropped a zap on my tower, I felt like I could do that. Usually I wouldn't, but when I'm up a lot of elixir, I feel like I can make ballsy plays like that and get away with it, because we knew what his deck was, and I wanted to get that chip damage. Okay, I think he's not going to be able to go in for a Pekka right now, because I think he's at a relatively even amount of elixir as me, so he's going to go in for a Bandit instead, and I think it was a good point for us to go in for a Goblin Giant, because the Goblin Giant should put in a lot of work on the Bandit, and if I snowball it back, it might even die. Oh, please die to the Spear Goblins. Please die to the Spear Goblins. Let's go. I don't have to respond to it anymore. That was so clutch. For 2 elixir, we get more damage on the tower and finish off the Bandit. So I'm at a point where we're up 500 damage. We know what his deck is. He's going to only end up having Electro Wizard for our Sparky. So if I build up a big push and I Lightning on top of the Electro Wizard, it could be hilarious. Also, every time that he goes Pekka in the back, it's hard for him to break through the Sparky because the Electro Wizard, it doesn't go that far, you know? Maybe he's going to go in for a Magic Archer off to the side, and then, I don't know. I'm genuinely, like, a little bit confused on what he's doing. If he goes Magic Archer, we're going to go Mega Minion, and then the Mega Minion's going to take the targeting. So, I don't know what he's planning right now, but he's having to spend a lot of elixir, and the Pekka isn't going to be able to get enough damage because we can just go and pull everything back with the Barbarian Barrel. And then he just doesn't do anything to the Dark Prince. Oh my gosh. Well, we were up 1,000 damage left-hand side, but now we're up 1,300 in the right. This just doesn't feel right. Okay, if I go for Hunter on top of the Royal Ghost, we know that he's going to have Bandit, Incycle, and Magic Archer, and then another big spell like Poison or Fireball. So I think I can go in for a Goblin Giant here because he probably doesn't have Pekka Incycle. So if you go for an Electro Wizard or anything that I can Lightning, you already know that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, he got back to Pekka somehow, so he has a faster card cycle than I assumed. What is happening? Because he did Pekka at the river, remember? We were able to kill that. What do we do here? Just going for another Mega Minion, and that's the motto, right? Because the Bandit is going to die. Even though it's a -1 trade for us, we get the Dark Prince counter pushing, so it's going to be a better trade for me overall. And slowly but surely, we are going to get a better elixir trade against you. I'm going to go in for Barbarian Barrel here because it's going to be cheaper for me to be able to get back to the Goblin Giant, and then I can still afford the Hunter here. I think with the Goblin Giant and then the Barbarian Barrel, we're going to be able to kill most of his stuff. I really was hoping that the Hunter was going to be able to finish it off, but it didn't work out our way. Maybe I can Lightning if he drops anything near his tower again. Is he going to be that frisky and risky? I don't think he will. I don't think he's that bad. Okay, yeah, he's playing this pretty well. I'm going to go in for a Sparky here. I think that's going to just let that connect to the tower and then have the Sparky kill it. I don't think it's too much damage. And then we can save our elixir for a Barbarian Barrel. He's likely going to continue to spam me, and I can go in for a Goblin Giant to go and kite the Royal Ghost, and then go in for a Dark Prince on top of the Barbarians as they pop on my tower. I can't finish that off in time, so I just have to, you know, make do with what I got. I can go for a Snowball, or I can Lightning. Oh, I'm definitely going to Lightning on that Bandit. You guys already know that Bandit is gonzo. Let's freaking go. What is he going to do? Because the Sparky's coming at him, and he had to respond to the Dark Prince. No way. Oh, my gosh. That has to be the most desperate fireball of 2022. All right, we got a game against Mr. Loves Jason. I thought it was going to be Jason. I've never seen Jason in the entire world. I think there's only going to be one of those people. Anyway, we're going to drop him a good luck and a little bit of love because he's probably a very unique Sir. He's going to be running a unique deck, right? He's going to go in for a Dark Prince in the back, and interestingly enough, I think we should be able to counter this with just the Barb Barrel and the Hunter. Yeah, I'm dropping 6 elixir, but I think I need to. Yeah, that was really important. Wait, he dropped 7 elixir, and he didn't kill my Hunter, so he's going to be down in that trade, and he's going to be absolutely miserable when he realizes that the Hunter and the Goblin Giant can melt the Inferno Dragon. Usually the Inferno Dragon is the one melting, but we're flipping the script out here. Also, the Hunter should be able to kill. The best part about this in the entire game is the fact that when it kills the Goblin Giant with the Mother Witch, he doesn't get a piggy.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
It's awesome. I really enjoy that. Oh man, we are tilting Mother Witch differently here. The only goblin that can counter the witch. Every other goblin, when it gets turned into pig instantly, is like, I fear that thing. So thank you, bigger brother, for beating him up. Oh, okay, this is kind of bad for me because he could tornado it to the other side. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I should have dropped it in a different spot. I repent for my sins. Please let me win. Oh, have you guys ever done that? You just place a card reactively and you freak out and then you're like, shouldn't have done that. That was a misplay. That was a mishap. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was calculated. There's a chance that the Sparky's able to get that shot and then that shot will actually matter. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. He's going to lightning, so I'm going to Mega Minion afterward. And then we can go in for a snowball if he goes in for the Inferno Dragon. He's going to lose the tower anyway. Let's go! Love beating Electro Giant. You guys already know. This is one of the most annoying decks to play against if you end up just having a bad card cycle or you don't have a good matchup. But since we have the firepower of the Hunter and the Sparky, even if you mess up like we did earlier, you're going to mess your opponent up in the end. And there's probably one more big push in him, so we'll see if we can defend this. If we can, we're to learn from our mistakes. I'll be dropping my Sparky here, so then he can't go in for a big Electro Giant push in that lane, and we should be fine. So we'll see what he decides to do. If he decides to go other lane, we go for a Hunter here, and then there's not too much to fear, because I think he's going to have to Lightning that. And if you Lightning the Hunter late, well, you're not going to escape a good fate, because the Hunter's going to be able to do so much damage. Notice how much work I was able to put in there. That's crazy value. I think the only difficulty right now is the Inferno Dragon being in cycle, so I'm going to try to go and kite all of his crap backward and make sure that he has to respond a little bit more. I'm going to Snowball here so we can guarantee that we kill the Mother Witch, and then I can go in for a Dark Prince so that his Dark Prince goes on to that. There's a chance that he goes in for a Tornado, but I was really hopeful that he didn't, and it worked out really well. With 18 seconds remaining, can I hold the door, though? Can I hold the door? I think so. All I need to do is shut this down, so I'm going to go in for a Hunter. I'm going to go in for a Goblin Giant in the middle, because I think he's going to Lightning. Don't think it's going to be that impactful if we even get tower shots. Wait, because my tower was targeting the other thing, that might have been better for me. My tower shot the Electro Giant instead of the Inferno Dragon. He might have gotten more reflection damage on me. My Princess towers have the biggest brain in the entire Clash Royale galaxy. It didn't matter though, because his other tower was at like 900 HP. All I had to do was go in for 2 Lightnings and a couple Spear Goblins from the Goblin Giant, and that was a free win. Especially since we evaporate his Goblin Cage building with the Lightning, and he doesn't have anything to stop us. It's time to dominate and keep up the win streak. So this guy is giving us the Bandit emoji, and he's gonna go have a log bait deck. Let's go! This is the matchup that we were waiting for all day, and we finally got it. Last game, that's what we need, baby. So I think if we have double small spells and we have Lightning for the Inferno Tower, we can actually have a shot with Sparky into Rocket Logbait. So what can we do here? If I go in for a Dark Prince, it will be able to tank for the Inferno Tower, so I'm going to do that preemptively. Oh, he's going to have Cannon. Okay, that's even better for me. I think we just disintegrate everything now. Yo, the Goblin Giant's going to go directly towards the tower. Oh, that's unfortunate. But the good thing for us is he's not going to have Ice Spirit. The Ice Spirit stun is a little bit longer. So we got a lot of value there. I'm going to have to go in for Barbarian Barrel to clean everything up and pull back the Knight. I'm going to go in for Mega Minion because the Snowball isn't going to put in enough work. But at least the Mega Minion is able to kill the Goblins, whereas the Snowball would knock them back, and then the Goblins will lock on my tower again because the Knight would be tanking. So well played to our opponent, taking advantage of a situation that I didn't want to see. He'll probably go Princess and get 2 taps on the Mega Minion, and then the Mega Minion doesn't get a hit on the tower. If it only gets 1 tap, we do get a hit. But since it got 2 there, we didn't get any damage. Remember, he's got cannons, so I feel pretty comfortable going for a Goblin Giant since he's going to be able to kill the Princess and bait out the cannon, so that's going to be a decent trade for us. We're getting a decent trade killing the Princess there, and, you know, if I dropped a Hunter, I don't think I would have forced out that much Elixir. Wow, he dropped Electro Spirit, and he dropped Log 2. He still didn't even killed the Spear Goblins. What an awesome trade. So he doesn't have Princess back in cycle, so I'm expecting him to go Goblin Barrel, so I'm going to Dark Prince behind my tower, and I was hoping that the Dark Prince would charge and then finish off all the Goblins, so I tried to time that perfectly. It didn't necessarily work out. We'll see if the Hunter is able to finish off all the Goblins or if it doesn't. Hey, no damage zone. Let's go, baby. I really want to win against Logbait. It's absolutely everywhere. I want to show you guys it's possible to win with Sparky into this. We got to be a believer right now. I'm going to go in for a Lightning because I want to get chip damage on the tower, and I think that the Hunter is going to give us a hit. I think so. Oh, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Okay, I guess he's just going to rocket me and not know that we have Sparky. Or maybe he's just that confident. Can he cycle back? I think he can. We'll have to wait and see. So he has to cycle 4 cards. He just cycled 1. I'm going to go Goblin Giant. I'm going to go Mega Man off to the side. I'm going to make this way harder for him to defend. I can also go in for a Snowball and maybe even a Dark Prince on top of the Yeah, I'm gonna go Dark Prince on the Princess so that I don't stack up too much stuff for the Rocket. The Rocket's the Sparky, but nothing else. And the Dark Prince locks on a tower, and we can go in for a snowball here. Wait. We're gonna slow down the tower, and then the Dark Prince is gonna give us like 2 or 3 hits. This is big damage, baby. We are back in business. So he can't necessarily Rocket that without any, repercussions. I'm gonna go for a Barbarian Barrel, completely clean that up. And then I want to go and stack up a Goblin Giant on the other side and go in for Mega Minion, because the chances are he's probably gonna Rocket the left-hand lane. If he doesn't, I'd be a little bit shook. I can snowball on top of the Goblin Gang if I need to. I'm not going to do too much. But, I didn't really feel like it was the right play to snowball on it. I'm going to Lightning so the Mega Minion can give us another hit. That is so worth it for me. Oh my gosh, Mega Minion taking him to town. It would be so much better if it wasn't like a 3 elixir building. Like if it was Inferno Tower, the value that I would get with Lightning would be so much more. So just imagine it in the matchup that you would be playing against more often. I'm going to go for another Sparky in the back, and then we can go for another Goblin Giant at the river when we get the chance. I don't know if he's going to give it to me, though. Is he going to Rocket the Sparky and then all in? Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Okay. That's completely okay, because I can Mega Minion, and then I can also go in for the Goblin Giant and build up a gigantic push. You've gotten more damage in that side now, but I don't know if you can consistently do that and feel good about yourself. Especially if we can Lightning on everything. Is that worth it with the Mega Minion staying alive? That's going to force out a lot of elixir. Wait, are we going to switch it up and go in the left-hand lane now? This is going to be pretty fun. This game has become riveting for me, especially because I can go for another Sparky here, and then he's going to continuously drop that off to the side, so I'm just going to shut it down every time with the Bar Barrel. As long as you look at the shadow of the Goblin Barrel, you will never take damage from it. Okay, so he's going to probably Rocket on me again. Oh, he is lining up the Princess value. Wait. This is too good for it to be true. I don't think there's too much you can do, because we can go in for a snowball here, and he doesn't have a tank for the Goblin Barrel, so I don't even know if it got a hit. It didn't get any damage on me, and then he has to cycle back to another Goblin Gang. Now he has to go for Goblin Barrel on the tower, and we can go in for a Bar Barrel to clean that up, and then go in for another Goblin Giant at the river, because we've got a lot of damage on the right-hand side. He might actually be forced to Rocket this. I think he does have to Rocket. I'm going to go in for a Lightning to get more damage on the tower, and then we're going to Snowball again. Not going to take any damage from this Goblin Barrel. I think that we've timed our Snowball perfectly, so it doesn't do anything. Look at that. Snowball and Bar Barrel to shut down the Goblin Barrels. That's how we do what we do. Just got to time it well, and then you give your opponents hell. Let's go, guys. We're going to go. Oh, the Dark Prince at the tower. No way. He's going to try to Rocket Cycle me, but that's not going to work. We're just going to Lightning down your tower. We do just about as much damage as you. Oh, my gosh. What a satisfying game, guys. If you don't know, now you know. You got to be playing this Sparky deck to beat all the log bait decks that you have been losing to with Sparky every single time. It's a crime to lose to log bait, and we don't take kindly to them anymore. And at the end of the game, the guy was crying the entire time. Log bait tears are tasty. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.